And welcome, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, cats, dogs, gypsies, elephants, zebras, and the sheep. I kind of did it differently and I got it confused. Okay, this is going to be one of my last YouTube videos. Not the last, but one of the last, because I have found several different sites I can put videos up on. But the subject of this video deals with an important issue. It deals with hackers. It deals with people who pretend to be who they're not. I cannot read minds. I cannot see through the internet. Anyway, before I get to that, it's a breeze coming through the windows. We have the windows open. It's last time I looked, it was 81 degrees. 81 degrees Fahrenheit, and not 81 degrees Celsius. If it was 81 degrees Celsius, that'd probably be pretty bad. But today is cleaning day, so I hope this video is not all jittery and shaky, because it is as I'm making it. So I've been or I was, for a few years, playing around with a group of people. This group of people, and I'm not 100% sure who they are. I suspect I know who they are, at least in general terms. And I'm not going to go into all the reasons why, because if I do that, then they will learn more about how not to do things and how to do things so as not to get caught. So therefore, I'm going to be careful about some of the information that I provide. As for my subscribers and regular viewers, at least some of you will be provided with, that was Maggie, at least some of you will be provided with information as to where my new channel will be. But what do you see? Maggie sees something outside. We got to see. I'm not going to say the dog's name, but we got to see the neighbor's dog today. Looks like he's turning a little gray, but he's only a couple of years old, 2 or 3 years old. He's a big one too. But don't get to see him very often. But boy, he's playful. He's a Labradoodle. And he loves Lucky to death, but Lucky's like, oh, I don't want to be around that giant. Of course, Lucky's 15 years old, and the other dog is 2 or 3 years old, so, he wants to play and jump and run and chase, and Lucky's like, I don't want anything to do with it. I'll curl up with you, but I don't want anything else. I might lick you or something, but anyway. So, I'm going to give some background information. My wife and I moved to New Hampshire because of an organization. An organization I have since left and now oppose. When we moved up here, because let's just say some things didn't quite work out the way we had hoped, and Anyway, so we wound up renting a room from this couple. Oh boy. He was nutty as a bat. He acknowledges he has bipolar disorder. What he thinks all he has to do is roll one of these, and smoke one, and he's fine. He's not fine. He is nutty. He is a wife beater. I mean, not just, hitting and kicking his wife, that's bad enough, but he was pulling guns and knives on her. Now, if I would have known that at the time, I'd probably be in prison for the rest of my life. But, my wife figured it out before I did. Anyway, so we wound up getting involved with this group of people in Keene, New Hampshire. What a freaking mistake. Nutty, nutty, nutty. Their leader is a pedophile. Their co-leader, if you want to call him that is their leader's radio co-host, is a convicted killer without any remorse for what he did. Frankly, when you say, I hope the family has learned to live with their laws, that's not compassion, that's not remorse. It's not. Okay, and I like this particular guy. I thought he was a pretty decent guy until I found this out. And, if he was sorry for what he did, if he was remorseful for what he did, so what, He's a convicted killer, but he carries a gun. That's scary. It's really scary. Sometimes we will see one of these nutcases in Keene. They flip us off, or they flip me off. We saw somebody recently, and he had an unholstered pistol in his hip, in his pocket, not his pocket, but in his waistband. And as I walk by, he starts, an unholstered. This is holstered. He had an unholstered pistol in his waistband, and he kept doing this shit. Excuse my French. See if I can show it. Well, today's cleaning day. I'm taking a break right now. He had a pistol in his pants like that, and when I walked by, he pulled it out some, and then he pulled it out more. And they have these little radios, these little marine radios that they're not using correctly. Marine radios have a place, and you shouldn't be using them on land like that. They are marine radios. They are referred to or called marine radios for a reason. Now, I happen to have a radio that is not a marine radio. My beautiful, wonderful girlfriend in there, who I hope one day will be my wife, got me this for my birthday. This is one of the best presents I've ever gotten. Well, my wife, my late wife, my girlfriend, Lucky, and the cats, so anyway, so he starts fiddling around with his little radio that he has. I don't remember if he had in his pocket or what. You don't have anything to worry about with me. They don't. I don't like them. I don't respect them. I respect their humanity. I respect their personhood. But I do not respect the things they do or the things they say. Does this mean I disagree with them on everything? No, absolutely not. I probably don't disagree with anyone about everything. But they're paranoid, and they are heavily armed. They must have had 20, 30, 40 rifles and so-called assault rifles and shotguns, and these were long guns that we saw. I mean, it was a stack of them. And I'm like, there's something wrong with you guys. And what they do is they move these guns around from place to place because they're afraid the government's going to come and take them. Their leader accessed a child porn website. It got busted by the FBI. Although he hasn't been arrested yet, but hopefully that'll happen. There was someone up in Grafton County who has been arrested, and I've tried to find that information, and I've not been able to find it. But there was somebody arrested in Grafton County that the case in Keene, the FBI case in Keene, led to the arrest of somebody in Grafton County. I don't know who it was that was arrested. Like I said, I've tried to find that out and I haven't been able to. But I hope there will be more arrests. You know, I even saw a comment of somebody said, "Oh, this is a conspiracy. It's not real." Wait. Their leader has admitted that he supports pedophilia. Their leader has admitted, or their leader had a girlfriend who was 14 years old, which is under the legal age in New Hampshire. New Hampshire's legal age is 16, which is way too freaking young. Now I can see a 15 and 16-year-old together, a 16 and 17-year-old together, but a 16-year-old with somebody who's in his 30s. No, A 14-year-old with someone in his 30s. No, absolutely not. That's sick. Now, yes, I will say, I was past tense, a victim. I'm no longer a victim because it's not happening to me, and it has not happened to me in a long time. I was a victim of childhood sexual abuse, and I would not wish that on anyone. And I will do what I can to help and protect people that I know or believe are being abused. If I think they are being abused, I would want to gather as much information to find out if they are or not. But anyway, and you know, like I said, this one guy was a wife beater, not the pedophile. I mean, he's into the BDSM stuff. So, but anyway, y'all ain't got nothing on me, man. You ain't got nothing on me. You're pedophiles, cheaters, liars, thieves, drunks, drug addicts, wife beaters. You assault people. A lot of you have severe mental illness and you're not taking medicine. I take medicine for whatever I need to take medicine for because it helps me. You know, that's the way I am. Now, if I don't need medicine for something, if I do okay without it, then I do okay without it and I don't need the medicine. But I take medicine for a reason. I mean, you know, I take it and it helps me. Believe me, you would not want to know me without my medicine. But anyway, so let me get to, I keep finding things to throw away. And like I said, today's cleaning day, so it's like when you clean, you make a bigger mess before you actually get it cleaned. So anyway, there was someone, and I'm not gonna mention the person's last name. I will mention the person's first name, so I have a reference. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to mention the person's first initial. And that is M, the letter M. If you know ASL, this is the letter M. Took 4 semesters of ASL in college, and I remember almost nothing of it. Of course, that was a long time ago. It was late 80s to mid 90s. A 2-year college, I went there for like 5 or 6 years. And I never graduated. But anyway, if you knew my academics, you'd know why. But anyway, I enjoyed it though. I really enjoyed it. But anyway, so there's this person named M. Okay, or with the first initial M. She and I had been chatting when I still lived in San Antonio. Then I left San Antonio and I went to De Leon, Texas. Both sides of my family love the way I pronounce some certain things, like De Leon, Nolans, things like that. You know, it's the Texas. Part of it is because it's a Texas thing, and part of it is because my native language is not English, so I pronounce certain things a certain way. But anyway, so I don't remember when I got back in touch with this person, or I tried to get back in touch with this person. First, I will say one thing, I will give one bit of information here. M would not talk to me in a million years. M would not talk to me if her life depended on it. Okay, I know this. I've known this for a long time. They hack. I don't know that it's the people in Keene, but I have a very strong suspicion that it is them or someone they're involved with or someone that's involved with them. So the thing is, I was going to go ahead and get in and use the chat on Facebook and finally say, you know, look, I know this is not M. I think I know who you guys are in general terms. I don't know the specific people. And so I'm going to tell you here and now, I cannot get sicker and grosser and more obscene than I did in the last exchange. I can't do it. I was almost throwing up. Okay, I was almost vomiting. It was really nasty. It really was. And I just can't do that anymore. And you guys hack her Facebook account. What's wrong with you? Why do you hack people's accounts? Why do you do stuff like this? You're sick. You're the very thing you claim to oppose. You want the power. I know you guys want the control. You guys want the power. You just want the people who are currently in power to be replaced with yourselves. That's all it is. You may not be willing to admit it. You may not even realize that's the kind of thing you're doing, but it is. You're sick. One of theirs essentially held his wife against her will, and she had to contact the police, and the police had to come and get her out of there. He wound up behind bars, and she's still in love with the guy. The guy beat her, kicked her, choked her, punched her, pulled guns on her, pulled knives on her. And she's upset that he went to jail or prison, and she's still in love with him. It's called battered woman syndrome. And these people in Keene, with all their supposed intelligence, they don't understand battered women syndrome. She would go back to him, and they're like, well, she complained, and then she went back to him. You know, we only give her one chance. Well, that is what happens with battered women. A lot of times they go back over and over and over again until either they finally get it, realize they need to leave, or they're dead. And I don't want them dead. I don't want anybody dead. And yes, men get abused too. Now, there have been quite a few people that have left the Free State Project. There have been even more who have stopped their involvement with the people in Keene, who have left their various groups. All their little groups are actually one group with one leader. That's the pedophile radio host. And if he wants to sue me for calling him a pedo, you were sleeping with a 14-year-old girl. And I haven't said his name. Of course, you guys will probably take this video and edit it or do something with it to make it sound like I'm saying things I'm not saying. You'll probably insert stuff, remove stuff. That's the kind of people you are. You know, within days after my wife's passing, they put up a nasty video. Of course, they took a lot of stuff out of context. There were things that I should not have said that I did say. And they got so much negative feedback for doing that they took it down. At least they took it off my Facebook page or whatever it was. But that's another thing. I will be shutting down my Facebook and my YouTube. Although I've thought about the YouTube thing and the Facebook thing. And I will be shutting both down. But, you know, sometimes I think it would be best to keep both up as long as I can until YouTube finally decides that we don't want any libertarian or conservative videos or any videos where somebody might show a gun or talk about guns. Then they'll take it down. They'll take my whole channel down. But anyway, so I know I'm not speaking with M. M would never talk to me in a million years. When I was in De Leon, it's De Leon de Tejas. De Leon, it's a little town in Texas. Meow. That's Kool-Aid, not water. Maggie, you want to say hi? Hey there, Maggie. Oh. She's upset because I have a cup of Kool-Aid and she wants to drink water out of my cup. You know something I just realized? I'm not saying certain Spanish words as much as I used to. I used to say agua instead of just saying water. I say agua. I'm not saying that as much as I used to. So I don't know if that's good or bad. You know, I don't want to lose, you know, where I come from, what I come from. You know, I don't want to lose that. Actually, you know what? I had posted on Facebook not too long ago that we had European neighbors, and I was happy about that. Well, they seem to have left. So as far as I know, I'm the only freaking European in this town. Anyway, see, I don't carry this very often. It's very rare that I carry that. I do not carry this very often, although I do carry it. And this, by the way, picks up Marine bands, just so you guys know. But you guys are nuts, man. You guys are freaking nuts. I like this. Anyway, so you know, once I realized, and I realized a long time ago, because of certain things that were said, were not said, the way things were said, the way things were not said, and again, I'm not getting into that because that would give these people information that they don't need about me, information about her. I had a wife. I loved her. I was faithful to her. I have a girlfriend. I love her. I'm faithful to her. So if you guys actually think that I'm going to run off with M or anyone else, you guys have something else. You need to learn. You have something else to learn, because I'm not running off with anybody. Well, actually, I will run off with my girlfriend, but that's not really running off, is it? You gotta love these guys, man. You gotta love these. The thing is, they seem to think that I'm being serious when I sent these messages. All the crap that I was saying, and I don't remember what it all was, but you know what they will do is they will hack this particular person's account. Then this person will realize their account's been hacked, and they'll do something to stop it, you know, and to get their account back. And then they will later on hack the person's account again, and then later on they'll hack it again, and then later on hack it again. That in and of itself tells me it's not her. You guys aren't that smart, man. If you guys were that smart, you'd get some good stuff done. And you're not getting anything good done that I can see. Now, there are other people in New Hampshire that are getting good stuff done. But not you guys. You guys just make enemies. That's all you guys do. You know. Then, like I said, there are a lot of people that have come to reject the Free State Project, have come to reject the people in Keene. Now, does that mean my views have changed? Yes and no. Some of my views have changed, some of my views have not. This whole anarchism thing, I no longer support it, because I've seen what anarcho-capitalists really are. I mean, all these people in Keene, and not just in Keene, but in other places in New Hampshire and Vermont and Mass and Maine, if that's what anarcho-capitalism is, if that is what individual anarchism is, I want nothing to freaking do with it. I don't want anything to do with wife beaters, pedophiles, liars, thieves, cheats, addicts, drunks. Now, you can smoke weed without, you know, being an addict. If that's not the only freaking thing you do, and I do a lot of it, believe me, but that's not the only thing I do in life. Although sometimes I wonder about that. But I have other interests and other hobbies, and I do those things. As a matter of fact, next month we have some things we're going to be doing, and one thing I'm going to be doing, I don't know if my girlfriend's going to want to do it or not, but I'm going to do it. And that is, I'm going to go in my 18th century outfit and head up into the woods for a while. I don't know how long, I'm going to take this for... I dropped something. I'm going to take this so that if there is an emergency, I can hopefully get in touch with somebody. So anyway, I was just looking at something. So anyway, yeah, I highly suspect it's you idiots in Keene that have been hacking that person's account. You know, it's been what? 1, 2, 3 months since you guys last hacked her account. And that's really low of you. It's really low. You're a very sick, mentally deranged group of people. You know, harassing meter maids, saying 2 or 3 different things. There's a video of on the Common in Keene, one of their members. You know, the people who are protesting, they don't say a word, but the Keene people decided to go there and basically harass them. If you actually watch the video, if you listen to what is being said, the person says 2 or 3 or more contradictory things. They cannot let others peacefully protest. They are very much like Antifa. And they might want to say they oppose fascism, but they are fascist. Or they want to be fascist. They are just like Antifa is fascist. Okay, they're behaving the same way, you know, the brown shirts in Germany and in the 20s and 30s behaved. They act the same way the brown shirts in Spain behaved. They behave that way. Okay, I've seen it from the inside out, people. I've heard things being said. Don't you dare claim to be nonviolent, because I've seen people come in black and blue only to find out that it was one of yours. You know, you beat the crap out of each other. There are videos of you beating the crap out of each other. There are videos of you threatening people. There are videos of you aggressively going after people. Don't tell me you're peaceful. You're not peaceful. You're dishonest bunch of fascist pigs. That's all you are. And remember, I've seen fascism from the inside out. I am from Francoist Spain. Okay? I've seen it. When we lived in Deutschland, in Germany. German, by the way, was my second language, but I don't speak it anymore. I know a few words, but that I could go back to Deutschland today and I'd be completely lost. I could go back home to Spain today and I'd be completely lost, because I don't speak enough of anything except English to be able to get along. And frankly, I don't think I speak that good English, very good English. And my writing is even worse. But anyway. So I've seen it from the inside out. But what I was going to say, in Deutschland, we lived in Hanau, and my friend, my best friend, his name was Steffi, or Stefan, but I called him Steffi. His dad had been a German soldier in the war. You know, you guys would have done great as members of Hitler's SS or some other group. There was this group of people in Nazi Germany. They were just general people, just, you know, the citizenry. But they were hired by the Nazis to hunt down Jews, to hunt down people who opposed the Nazis. That's these kind of people in Keene. They would love to do that. They would love to go after their opponents. They may not admit that, but I've heard them say things like that. Okay? I've seen the violence from the inside. How many years have you been pretending to be M? How many years have you been pretending to be other people? That's immoral. It's immoral. Okay? I speak out against you for a reason. You want, I assume, and nobody should assume anything, you're trying to dig dirt up on me or something. I don't know. I have no idea. Like I said, I don't read minds. I cannot see through the internet, so, I don't know. But deduction, logical deduction, tells me it's probably those people in King. Notice I haven't mentioned any of their names, and I'm not going to. I have not mentioned any of their organizations, and I'm not going to. So I'm not giving them free advertising. At the same time, I should mention their groups so people know to stay away from them. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of people have moved to New Hampshire because of the Free State Project, because of the people in King. They move here, they get around these people, and they're like, they want nothing to do with them. Sadly, a lot of these people leave and they go back to where they came from, or they go somewhere else. Maybe you should have stayed here and made different friends. Friends that were not involved with this crap. As for the people in the Free State Project, they knew for years what the dear leader in King was doing. They knew for years. And then all of a sudden one day, oh, well, you know what? This is after the FBI raid, I believe, or just before it. You know what? We're not going to have anything to do with them anymore. But you knew for years what was going on. Jeez, you hung out with him. You hung out with him when he was sleeping with a teenager. You're sick in the head. All of you are freaking sick in the head. Like I said, I was going to do this on Facebook. I was going to wait till they rehacked M's account, and I was going to tell him, look, I know it's not M and all this, but they haven't rehacked that person's account. As far as I know, they haven't rehacked that person's account. So if they do, I'll just share this video with them. I mean, what else can I do? Because I don't want to sit there and go, well, anyway. So you guys are freaking insane. Freaking insane. And that's my opinion. But many of you do acknowledge you have mental illness. Some of you don't. When you're walking down the street and you're talking to yourself, or you're talking to entities that no one else can see but you, no one else can hear but you probably have schizophrenia. Although there are other reasons that can happen. Now, I do not support forced medication on anyone for any reason. But that does not mean I want to be around you. It does not mean I will be around you. Because if you're doing that, I don't want to be around you. Go get the help you need. That's that. If you hear things, if you see things, and you're still able to function, fine. I don't have a problem with that. I've known people with schizophrenia that did not express the things they heard and saw. They would acknowledge they heard and saw things, but they would not express these things. I don't have a problem with that. Okay, to me, that's you're controlling it, or you have it's under control. It's not too severe, but I don't want to. I don't want to sit here and I don't want to sit next to somebody who's having a conversation with nobody. I don't want to do that. Okay, I don't want to do that. It's uncomfortable. But just so you guys know, I've known for a long time, you are not M. I cannot get any sicker, grosser, or nastier than I did last time. And more important, I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of it. I just not going to do it anymore. So 40-minute video. Jeez, I usually don't make videos this long. I used to. But this will probably be one of my last videos before I shut this channel down. But not the last, but one of the last. But so now are you going to hack somebody else's account? Hack my girlfriend's account. Hack her account. We'll see what happens if you do that. Now, for the fascist and King, whatever. For everybody else, have a great day.